What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Shelvin.
Lady K.
And your boy True 102.
Man, what's up? We back again for another segment. Y'all get ready, man. It's about to go down.
Yeah,
Say, look, man, how was y'all weekend?
It was good.
Now, how was y'all Monday?
It was Monday.
I could dig that, man. The Mondays be tough with everybody. Man, we had an awesome time on last week, man, talking about, what was we talking about last week? Everybody gonna remember this.
Yeah.
How to lukewarm.
That's terrible. Everybody gonna remember that, boy. We were talking about it last week, man. Say, and it was a powerful segment because, I mean, I learned so much stuff on that podcast, man. And I really appreciate our new sexologist of the chatterbox. You know what I'm saying? She came and she brought the fire. She brought the enlightenment, man. And I mean, I found out some stuff that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was really, really profound the way we talked about it. And I don't think it was, you know, too far off base. I believe it was actually a pretty good segment, even with the fact that I am a preacher. Because I want people to know that preachers don't come to the bed with a Bible. You know what I'm saying? Look, we want a lady in the pews. We want a lady in the streets. But look, I'm going to tell you, don't you come in here. Don't you walk in this bedroom. Matter of fact, the birthday suit is required. We got to keep it alive in the bedroom. The Bible even says the bedroom of the marriage is undefiled. You know, and so I was speaking from that aspect of it, and I know we were speaking from different aspects of it, and I'm not saying that, you know, every aspect is wrong or nothing like that. We're not going there, but it was enlightening because relationships are dying all over the place, and we need to keep these relationships going. Yeah. We really do. And so I was so glad to have that conversation on last week, man. I hope y'all weekend went well, man. I hope y'all week went well. I know we see y'all on Monday, so we don't know what happened between Monday and Friday. Hopefully everything was good and you back on here. We glad y'all back in the conversation. Would y'all please just like, share, and follow? Say, what's on y'all mind today, man, tonight, on this Monday night? What's on y'all mind? What you smiling like that, True, man? You got some on your mind?
Nah, I'm just chilling, bro.
You just chilling, man? Yeah. We chilling on here, man. We gonna get into the topic, man, and so we want to talk about it. Hey, I don't know about everybody else. Now, understand that this stuff has what we talking about is our perspective. Yeah. And so when you comment, it's your perspective. What's up, Fatima? Hey. What you talking about is your perspective. And so there are no wrong answers. Now, there are some wrong answers, but those are the wrong answers that you just know wrong. Like, you know that's wrong. But if you're talking from your perspective on what you believe in, what you stand on, listen, we are just here to be a positive platform for the community. We're here to be a voice for the voiceless. And sometimes people don't have that platform. You know, sometimes people don't have that open environment, that safe environment to say what they feel. Yeah. But you safe on here. You safe on here. I'm your boy. I got you. If you're sitting next to your boo thing, look, let me tell you something. You might want to let them get their device, and you get your device, and y'all go in separate rooms this segment, because it might get a little bit hot up. It might get a little tight up in here. Yeah. So this segment, y'all know what we talking about, right?
Yep.
What we talking about?
Attraction.
So, attraction. My boy asked a very, very deep question on last week, man. Calvin, what was that question, man? Go ahead and say it. What was that question, Calvin?
I was more or less, this wasn't the question, but this is essentially what it was. What determines what you are attracted to? How do you determine what you're attracted to?
What determines what you're attracted to? Look, we're not going to answer that question right now. I just want y'all to download that question into your spirit, put it in the comment section. What determines what you're attracted to? What allows you to know what you're attracted to? I believe you said that the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's a very profound statement. So we want to know what you're attracted to. So there are a few different kinds of attraction, right? There are a few different kinds of attraction. There is language. there is emotional attraction, there is intellectual attraction, there is physical attraction, there is spiritual attraction. Right? So we want to talk about attraction. What is attractive to you?
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I'm not gonna give out any nuggets on what I'm attracted to on this segment. I'm just letting y'all know. Ain't nobody finna put on no costume for old me, man. The boy is married and happily married. I don't want no trouble. My wife is attractive to me. But what are you attracted to? And how do you know you're attracted to it? So we gonna talk about language first.
Okay.
Language. So what is attractive about a person's language to you?
Being able to speak well is attractive. Because to me, it's being able to speak well and being able to speak at a good pace. Like when someone speaks too fast, I know you trying to say a whole bunch of stuff to get over on me. You trying to say a lot to see what I'm attracted to, what I'm gonna jump at, and I don't like it. It aggravates me.
That's funny.
Like, don't talk to me fast.
Right. Cause we from the hood. We know what you doing when you talking fast, huh, man?
Yeah.
What about you, True?
I mean, yeah, intellect, intelligence, that's what's attractive.
I think when it comes to language, I like a person who can express themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really do. I like a person who can tell me how they feel, why they feel that way, and what we can do to change it. Right? I really hate guessing on
Definitely.
how you feel, because really I don't know where your feelings are coming from. I don't know your experiences through life, and so I would hate to try to fix how you feel about the situation, not knowing what is your perspective on how you feel. I hate guessing that.
And you have to be careful with that too,
Right.
with guessing it, because then it turns into you telling the other person how they feel instead of them being able to express to you how they feel. You telling them, okay, you feel like this.
Right.
I agree.
Right. And they just jump at the first thing you say.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel like
I
this, feel
agree.
this, and all of the interpretations are coming from your own personal perspective versus them.
Right.
It keeps you from learning that person.
Right.
It turns into building a person.
Exactly.
Wow.
Build a bear.
Oh, Build-A-Bear. So please like, share, and follow, man. That's what I'm doing right now. Y'all see me with my head down. I'm like, sharing, and following. Well, not following. And not liking either, because I already liked and followed. But I'm sharing. Sharing with anybody who I feel like go jump on here, man. Please do that, man. We want to just get this thing out there. We want to boom this thing, man, because we understand that there are so many conversations that need to be had, especially within our community, because it's a lot of people out there that are not sure what attraction is.
Right.
Some people are attracted to money.
Right.
That is an attraction
Period.
that will cause you to enter into some bad situations, and that's not something you want to do. So when it comes to language, what is attractive about a man calling another man a B word?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Nothing. I automatically think that you like men, and there's nothing wrong.
Whoa,
if
hold
you
up.
do. I do, and that's if you do. But I don't like the undertone to that. To me, especially if it's somebody I'm dating, evidently I'm picking someone that I feel like is secure with himself, and not only secure with himself, but pretty stern in his own sexuality, and I'm picking somebody that I feel like they can protect me. So when some man comes along, your friend or not, I'd be like, bitch. I'm
Right.
like, excuse me.
Right.
You his like, what's happening? And I just don't like that undertone. It's, to me, if another man says to you, it means that you're less than, that you need to submit to.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, do y'all agree with that? Look,
I don't
I want y'all to tap in, man. Let me know how y'all feel about what she just said, man. Because she said she feels like it degrades a man.
Yeah.
Like it pulls you out of your
It's
reason.
almost like, when a person like verbally abuse a woman and they like belittle her little at a time, that's almost kind of like what it is. It's like they play like they play with the word, but then again, at the end of the day, that's really how they feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
the truth in between every joke.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And
So-
I've called man, yeah. I
Oh,
did.
you know what you meant when we
Yeah,
called.
and I meant it.
Right.
Yeah.
Lord have
Because
mercy.
it's just certain qualities that certain people, certain men will show that I feel like that's not a manly thing to do.
And
when I say that, I mean by respect levels.
right. So why do you agree, Akeem? That's my brother. Why do you he say no? I totally disagree. Please explain why you totally disagree with this. Because I'm curious about it. I mean, I'm one who believes that a word is still going to be a word no matter the intent behind it. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. The word is still the word. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if you tell somebody, say, man, die today, I don't say go die out there like playing football or something. Go die out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you should be telling somebody that. I think the word is still the word, regardless of your intention behind it.
Yeah.
Now, because the word doesn't distinguish between intentions. The word does not distinguish between intentions. So we got to be careful what we put in the air when it comes to each other. But why do you disagree with that? And I mean, totally, absolutely, utterly disagree with that. Please let us know. What you got?
I don't necessarily use the word in any aspect.
Uh-huh.
I can say that there are words that have an urban dictionary and a dictionary.
Right.
It's not necessarily American English. But when it goes to urban, it goes to Ibani, it goes to slang, it goes to street terminology, the definition can change.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of urban sayings do not transfer to the English
So
dictionary.
a negative connotation. Yeah.
Oh, he said, a man's mind is complex. I'm in the army where we joke around all day with go kill yourself, with nah, homie, you gay, but it's part of our culture. And I get that, I get that. I mean, I'm not, like I say, nobody has a wrong answer here. We just all have our own perspective, and that's great to have. So I get that. What you're saying is part of our culture. Now, when you look up culture, you will find that culture is actually a derivative of cult. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows what a cult is. It is, excuse me for that, it is pretty much ran by a dictator. So who's dictating this code that you're living by? That is the question, which is a very, very in-depth question. I don't want you to go into it real quick, but think about these things when you're doing stuff.
Wouldn't that be considered normalizing the word, like making it legit to say this?
Right. Just like we normalize a lot of stuff in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We normalize murders. We normalize drug addiction. We normalize alcoholism. And, I mean, it's just not good. It doesn't matter how much we normalize it. It's still doing its course. Right. We're still dying. We're still losing out. We're still missing. We're still got the head out the home. I mean, all of these things are happening because of this word. And I didn't even mean to go this far with this, right? We don't want to go that far with it. We want to stay on topic. We're talking about attraction, right? And so we understand that there's nothing attractive to women when it comes to certain things that men say to men. Now, what about when women say it to women?
Ooh. Okay, so like I was saying before we got on air, everything has a what word did I use?
Dialect.
A dialect or a frame in which you're going to use it, right? So the B word for me is a fighting word. But when I've met other people, that's just how they talk to each other. They just friend. Even if you hear it in the song, oh, that's a bad bitch.
Right.
That is a positive thing. Right. When I get in the mirror to affirm myself and I'm feeling like, you know what, I am that, I'll be like, you that. Like it's like a boost, so it depends on how you're using it. But again, when it comes to other people interacting with you, like I said, when people they play with the word, and then sometimes you might get in an argument, and that bitch that term changes. It's why I don't like people to use it with me in a nice way or in a bad way, because I don't know how you mean it. Now, I know what I mean when I go stand in the mirror and I'm like, you were bad, but I don't know what you mean.
Because some people snakes.
Yeah, they might be like, just slide it in there, and slide it in there, and slide it in until they get to call you what they want to call you in the tone that they want to call you, whatever. And now they're comfortable. I don't want you getting comfortable with me with something I'm not comfortable with.
Right. So definitely understand your perspective on that. And I don't know if y'all are on here, please, females, let me know how y'all feel about this B word when it comes from a female to a female. So we definitely understand that a B word going from a man to a female, that is very degrading. That is denoting your position as a man. That is basically saying you a coward or whatever. But from a man to a man, I personally don't like to be called a B word. I watched as we grew up, my mother, she was very, very, let me say, a stickler on the B word. She would make sure. I used to fight a whole bunch of people for calling my mama a B word. So the last thing I wanted to be called was a B word. You hear me? Because that's just the way my mother was. She didn't like people calling her, especially a man, calling her a B word. You know, that was like, you know, but that was in her time, of course, you know, in that time.
Even now.
Well, even now, it's a little bit looser.
It's acceptable for a lot of people now. They be like, oh, that's my B. And that's my... That's just not how... You're not really introducing me to nobody as, oh, that's my B.
Right, and I think that's what... Akeem just said something really powerful. He said, I heard the word all day, I've grown numb in Mama Dearest. And I get it. We do grow, and that's just another way of saying you're desensitized to the definition of the word. You're basically calling somebody a female dog, a pregnant one at that. So you're calling somebody a female dog, and it's normal for you to be called a female dog, but yet we get called dogs every day as men. And what y'all mean when y'all say that is, you know, that's not a good thing when a female calls a man a dog. But y'all call yourself female dogs all day. Don't they? It's a kind of oxymoron.
Contradicting.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely need to talk about this when it comes to attraction in language. Now, one thing that really does attract me to a person's language, let me tell you what really does attract me: tone. Tone is very, very important when it comes to me. This is personal. If you lose your tone, you might lose my attention. I'm just gonna tell you straight up.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you talking to me in a way where are we good? You know what I'm saying? Once I start noticing your tone bouncing up a couple of octaves, now I'm getting to the point where I'm not hearing what you're saying. I'm just hearing you talk. I'm just hearing I'm hearing your attitude over what you're saying to me, especially when it comes to men. Now, females, I kind of have a little more leeway with females because, you know, y'all tend to be very expressive and characterized. But when a man start losing his tone with me, I'm saying straight up, we ain't finna have too much conversation no more. Say, bro, let me tell you something. You get a little high over there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we good? Because I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, take it there with you. Yeah. But tone is very important to me. What's important to you?
When it comes to how someone speaks, your tone and being more thoughtful with what you're saying. Yeah. Like, I don't mind somebody speaking to me and taking their time with how they're speaking to me, especially if it is a conflict. You should definitely take your time, be mindful of the words you use. Right. That's important. That's real important. Right. Especially if you don't want things to escalate. Right. And that to me, it shows self-control. A lot of self-control. Whether it be a man or a woman, how you speak to me when you're upset shows a lot of self-control. Right. And vice versa. Right. Right. Yeah, especially when you're in them high emotional situations. That shows a lot of self-control because that can easily go left way. Yeah. Left way. And you know how we is. It's stuck. That's it. It's up. What are we, and it's stuck. You know what I mean? It's up and it's stuck. You know what I mean? We ain't ain't no more conversation. Ain't no understanding. That's all gone. What about you, True?
I agree with both of what both of y'all said.
Right. The tone and it's also about intention too.
Tone, body language.
I agree with that too.
Something that's attractive to me is being able to keep your word, even if it's something small. Like just keeping your word. If you say, "Hey, I want to take you on a date here. I expect you to do that.
Right.
Like, I expect that. If you say, hey, I'm going to call you at this time, I expect you to do that. And
Right.
if you're not, I expect you to say, hey,
Right.
change your plans, whatever. Like, being able to communicate in that way.
Right.
That, because if you don't, I'm just not going to pay attention to you anymore.
Right.
After your words don't connect with your actions.
Right.
That's
Right.
like-
And so language is attractive. So understand that language is attractive. If y'all don't know that your language is attractive, you can be the ugliest person. You better look at Flavor Flav. But that boy got a language on him that is very, very attractive. People love his swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can look at a lot of people. I can name a few names. I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna name them, but if you could just think of all the people who get people by simply talking and the way that they talk, you know what I'm saying? You will see how attractive language can be.
Yeah, and sometimes knowing that you have a vocabulary, they don't mean turn into a Webster dictionary and
Right.
just start sounding like you reading from Webster.
Right.
But that you can say something, and if I don't know it, I'm gonna Google it. You can teach me something. I like that.
Right. And so Keem says, energy is everything. If I sense your tone is going left, I can easily tone my emotions to 0 and walk away easily. Trust me when I tell you, I've learned growth in a whole lot of confidence. I can read body language from miles away just by listening to your voice and how quick you lose your composure. That's profound, because you can be over the phone with somebody, and just by their tone, you can tell if they interested or not. You can tell what they doing, if they busy. Like, I hate when people be on the phone with me and be doing all kind of stuff. Like, no, bro, just call me back. Don't be taking care of the kid. Like, I hate that. Like, you got 4 or 5 conversations going on, and I'm talking to you about something that I feel like is important to me, and you over here,
Attention.
right? Or what you say? I'm not finna keep repeating myself, bro. No, let me call you back. I'm gonna call somebody who got more time to do. I'm gonna get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important. Tone is very important, and so we understand tone is important. So now we're gonna talk about attraction when it comes to intellect. Ooh. I know, right?
Yeah.
So I know this is not very, very. This probably gonna be the part of the topic that kind of make people, kind of die down and be quiet. Because when it comes to intellect, I love having intellectual conversations, and it has something to do with language a little bit, but it's more to do with being transparent with what you feel and believe, right? Yeah. So intellect comes from actually. You can tell when somebody read books. Like, you can have a conversation with somebody and be like, yeah, they read. I can, because I'm a reader. Yeah. So I can look at somebody and be like, oh, no, they don't be reading at all. I think the last thing they read was BET. That's about the only thing they read, sure. Yeah. They don't read at all. I think intellect is very a smart person always is a curiosity to another smart person. Yeah. I'm gonna just tell you, intellect actually is attractive to intellect. It may be differences, like you may like science and they may like math, but it's intellectual. Like it makes, because for one, where we come from, I'm just telling y'all straight up, where we come from, it ain't too much intellect, too many intellectuals. It ain't too many intellectuals. I'm just telling you straight up.
So I got a question. Do you believe everybody has intellect?
I believe that everybody has the ability to attain intellect.
To tap into.
But I don't believe everybody has.
I think that everybody has a level of intelligence, but I don't. Yeah, I think that everybody has a level of intelligence, but
that's the ability to attain. They have potential.
I don't know if they
oftentimes
can express it.
We get told it's not that deep. Don't think about it like that. Don't go that far.
And they call it critical thinking.
Trying to dumb down their ability to try to get somewhat intellectual.
Right.
They get told, nah, it ain't that important. Get out your feelings.
Right, right. Don't think about it that hard. Do you know that they don't even teach critical thinking in Texas?
They don't teach it anymore?
They just now started back. They're starting to try.
That explains a lot.
They don't teach critical thinking in Texas. Why? Because once they started teaching critical thinking,
people start asking questions.
People start asking questions, and the last thing you want
Somebody
It's for
ask
somebody that you want under you
Yeah.
to ask questions that's at your level. That's why I love
Outsmart
intellectuals,
you,
man.
knowing what questions to ask.
Right.
But I think being intellectual, what makes that attractive is understanding someone's depth,
Yes.
how far they can go. It's not just how much you've read in the book, but how you process it,
Right.
how you translate it to somebody else.
Right. Comprehension.
That you can actually have a conversation, somebody that can carry it on with you, not to feel like that you're in this teach mode,
Right.
but it's kind of like you're feeding each other.
Bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's important, man. That's really, really important. Like you could tell when somebody don't have too much intellect on the conversation because they start getting like they frustrated or agitated about. Like I don't want to talk about that, you know.
Okay, well,
you can tell.
It gets a little limited.
Yeah, their vocabulary ain't that good in that area. And I'm aware of those kind of things. So I'll bounce up. I'll ease up. Let me dumb it down a little bit, you know, or just get off the topic completely because I don't want people to feel like, you know, I'm arrogant in knowledge, because people easily feel like that. Believe me, I know. I grew up A on the road student, so my brother and them made it aware to me that they didn't like people smarter than them. They made it aware, you know. So that's not just them. Like it was a lot of people. Oh, you just think you smart. You
think you're smarter than
right?
me.
And that's not attractive. That's really not attractive to be the smartest person and show that you're smarter and everything. That's
You can't create
the
jealousy.
worst. What?
But
Create jealousy? That's hate.
Yeah.
I think it's more because people feel vulnerable around you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how you're going to handle them.
Yeah.
Oh.
They feel
Feel a little insecure.
Help
about
me,
it.
Cal.
Yeah.
It's
Help me.
vulnerability to
Yeah.
feel like you're not the smartest person in the room.
Yeah,
You're
or
the
to feel
weakest
like
link.
someone else is the smartest, does it make me the dumbest?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so Leslie Pope say the only dumb question is a question that you never ask. And I live by that motto. If you don't ask it, that's the only way it's dumb. If you got a question in your head, I feel like you should ask. That makes you more intellectual. And I think that that's what happens in a lot of our schooling. A lot of people, especially the boys, man, we feel ashamed and, you know, that we don't know something, so we won't even ask. We'll just be like, shoot, hopefully I just pass by this.
Yeah, and the standard is really different from guys.
And girls.
In America, the standard for your intelligence for a male is very different from what it is for a woman.
Right.
A woman is supposed to know, she's supposed to study, she's supposed, but a man, they expect you to be more athletic. You need to do a lot of stuff with your body and less with your mind.
Right.
And so that's why when you see a lot of movies or back in the 90s, whenever it was a smart person, they made it look more feminine.
Right.
When it was Urkel, oh, he's the
Yeah,
wuss. He had to seem more feminine or less dominant because
But when he was
he's
Stephon,
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suave.
Yeah.
Stephon was
that's the
stupid to the mud, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's like his brain was like done. He was just all looks and you know athletic.
Say,
That's
it-
America's taste.
But it's also a strategy to make you feel like you can't be smart and athletic. Mm-hmm. You know, but you know,
Pick one.
Definitely
You really don't
yeah,
gotta
you got
pick
to
one.
choose between intellect and athleticism.
Yeah.
But that's not correct, bro. You can be smart and athletic at the same time. I tell my sons all the time, bro. You can be a beast on the field and off the field. You just got to apply yourself.
Exactly.
Use that pencil like you use that football. I'm telling you, that's what I install in them. Now, I'm not saying that they do it, but I'm gonna keep on installing it until it click.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, we gotta get past this because intellectuality is attractive.
Yeah.
I don't know why people think that having the most swag is the only thing that
Because
attracts.
that's what people glorify. What you look like. Oh, he
Say, let
the
me tell you
jock.
something.
Oh, he looks. Then they start talking, and they be dumb.
And that turns a female all the way.
And you be like,
I'm
what?
telling you, first thing a female feel like
Like,
when
ooh,
you
he's
done.
so, ooh, and then you
Say,
start talking. It's like,
I'll never mind.
I gotta do your applications though.
I'll never.
You know, the first thing they don't say it, but they be like, I gotta fill out your applications though. Yeah, I gotta do your applications. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth, bro. You can be smart and athletic, bro.
Yeah.
You can be well rounded. That's what they call it, well rounded, healthy, handsome, and you know, the abs and all that stuff.
The best
And
thing I like about intellect
what?
is you can't fake it.
Man,
you
You
cannot
can't.
fake that.
Cannot fake it.
it becomes a
can't.
part of your posture.
Right.
It becomes a part of who you are. The
That's
smarter
right.
you are, the smarter you present yourself, and it's subconscious. Because some stuff is just like, nah, not doing that no more.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work anymore
Yeah.
with your intellect. And so intellect is hard to hide. It's all about appetites. Leslie say, I feel like when a person takes the time to ask questions, they have a genuine interest. That too. And I feel like they are, actually trying to gain themselves.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with gaining. When you start asking questions about stuff, I feel like you're gaining yourself. I feel like you're completing yourself because you have voids in yourself that you need to fill, and the only way to fill is to ask those questions. If you don't ask those questions, you'll forever be empty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Self-discovery.
Self-discovery.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, we did. We did. We discovered a lot. We discovered a lot about that. So definitely, intellect is attractive. So after we go into intellect, we're going to talk about emotional attraction.
Yeah, that one's deep.
That one's a little bit different. Now, understand.
That's because being emotionally intelligent has nothing to do with how smart you are, how you look,
Right.
how well you use your words.
Break it down.
Do you understand emotion? Most people don't.
Right.
Most people don't have emotional intelligence.
Right.
And that's because they don't understand their own emotions. You have to be willing to be open to your own emotions to understand the ones around you.
Hold on,
and there's
stop.
only two people in this world
Can
that
you give a
do it.
definition to emotional? What you say?
I was getting ready to tell you.
Oh, okay.
There's only two type of people in this world that understand emotional intelligence.
What are those two?
Predators.
Ooh.
That's number one. And then you have people that are
Passionate.
have more passion or more compassion for others, genuine compassion.
Right.
So a predator definitely understands emotional intelligence because they know how to manipulate it. You cannot manipulate something you don't understand.
Right.
And people like counselors and therapists, or even people without degrees, can be emotionally intelligent. It's about understanding emotion, how you receive it, and how you and what the output is.
Right.
And it's about understanding everyone else is around you, and you can't do that until you relate to it.
Right.
So
right.
if you are closed off a lot emotionally, it's very hard for you to understand somebody else's emotions. You know what they feel like, but you don't know how to adjust that.
Right.
You don't know how to
experience it.
Yeah, you just like, oh, you feel it?
So you can't address it because you don't have anything to tie into it. It has
Exactly.
you can't apply anything to it because you're not related. And
Exactly.
so emotional intelligence is very important, huh?
Also, you can't show empathy.
You can't show
Exactly.
empathy.
Like when
Especially
something
numb.
constantly, if someone constantly experiences a certain trauma over and over and over and over again, do you know that when they experience someone else or witness someone else experiencing, they can't relate to it?
Right.
That's a fact. Because you become desensitized to it. You're like,
Wow.
oh, I know what that feels like. And you felt it. Eventually, you become immune
Right.
to how that felt. It's just like taking an antibody or getting sick with the flu. You get sick, it take you down a couple of times.
Right.
But the next time the flu comes, you over it. It's like, it's nothing. And that's the same way we are emotionally.
Right.
You experience something. If you experience it too many times and not have the proper tools to be able to cope with or understand like how to maneuver with that, you become immune to it. So that is how you fight.
Right.
You just don't feel it. You fight. That's how you fight against it.
So Lady Rise on here with us, man.
Hey,
Sorry
Rise.
you can't be here, Rise, man. Y'all pray for Lady Rise, man. She, away right now, man. Y'all keep her in your prayers, man. But she says that knowledge is power. You have to ask if you want it. So she was responding to the intellectual attraction. But she goes down. She says understanding emotion is very important, especially in relationships. So that is so powerful because it is important to understand emotions in a relationship. I think that's what a lot of misunderstandings come from. I don't think the intent is bad. I just don't think the other person has emotional IQ. He or she doesn't understand what the other person is experiencing. And so instead of jumping in it with them and walking them out of it, they totally kick the boat into the middle of the sea and be like, hey, swim back.
You can swim.
Swim back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get out there.
Ask a question. Actually, I want y'all to spend a little bit of time on this.
Okay.
I do think a lot of people do lack emotional IQ. So how can they develop it? How can they get better at it?
Well, for one, you have to read. And you have to read things that actually deal with emotions. That's one. That's one way. For two, you have to open yourself up and allow yourself to feel emotion. You can't develop emotional intelligence if you're cold-hearted. And a lot of us come from cold-hearted backgrounds. And so we come through those emotions where we don't want to deal with those emotions. We be like, man, I'm going to cut these emotions off because I don't want to have no people dying too fast. I don't want to be too close to nobody. I'm losing too much. I don't want to be too attached to anything. Yeah. And so we actually become cold. And so our emotional intelligence is not unattainable. It's just not wanted. We don't want that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think another part of that is taking in the part that you're human.
Yeah.
So you feeling a certain emotion is not abnormal. It's not wrong. Like, take away the shame of you feeling any type of emotion.
Right.
I feel like that's step one is I'm human. I'm supposed to feel this. The next thing is, what do I do with this? Now, you can bottle it or you can walk yourself through it. The walking yourself through it is the harder part. And most people will be like, oh, okay, I'm going to deal with it for this long. Okay, it's not over yet. I'm not done processing it. Let me put this over here. I don't have time. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You really have to choose to keep going.
Right.
Keep going, keep going. If at every point something happened to some of us in this room and we go through something, and at every point we're like, okay, I don't have time, or I can't feel like this because I have to be strong, or feeling high emotions like being depressed, being sad, mourning, something that's not a weakness.
Right.
That is a human emotion. It's
actually
you're
a
supposed
strength.
to feel that. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a strength.
And the strength is in knowing how to express it.
Right.
That it's okay to express it.
It is.
It's fine. Now, just don't stay there. If it's depression that you're dealing with, feel it. Like, feel all the feels.
Well, like for me,
but don't stay there.
Like for me, like she said, like I had to learn how to recognize the emotions, and then once I learned how to recognize the emotions, I know I had to learn how to control the emotion when I feel a certain type of emotion.
Right.
So I have to put the emotion back in its place.
Ooh.
In order to not allow my emotions to take control of me, to have me
all over the place.
Yeah.
Right.
Something I learned from therapy. If you're one of those people who struggle with dealing with your emotions, or if they all seem to come in at once and you don't know how to separate them, label the emotion.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, label that.
Give it a name.
Yeah, label that emotion so that you can tackle it.
Right.
Sometimes people have a hard time with dealing with emotions when it seems like it's all just coming in at once, because you can't separate it. It feels like you cannot separate it.
Which causes anxiety.
So you need to take that thing. Okay, why do I feel like this? Okay, what about that made me feel like this?
Right.
And while that's happening, you should do this alone. But while this is happening, you're literally starting to understand why you're reacting a certain way, why you're not reacting a certain way, why this triggered you, why that didn't trigger you.
Yeah.
You start learning that, and it
so
takes
you building
time,
a portfolio.
but it's practice. Yes, you have to keep doing it. It's not going to just be the first day you're going to feel stupid sitting there. And
that is powerful. Girl, you don't know what you just said. That is so powerful to be able to source what you got.
What she said, what makes what she said powerful, is that she learned it in therapy.
Yes.
And not everybody agrees with therapy.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with talking to your parents, but talking to your parents and your grandmama and your friends, and all, instead of going to therapy, isn't the answer.
Because you need an outside view. You need an outside view. They're in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the great thing about therapy, is that when you're in therapy, most of the time, the entire time you're talking, every now and then look up, ask your question.
Okay, so how does that make you feel?
Down.
Yeah.
And you're talking and you're starting to say all these things, and it's starting to click to you.
It's hitting you like,
you know, and that's what you need. Someone that's not biased, who's not trying to put a certain thing into your head because it's their experience.
And they don't want to make you feel good.
Right. They're not putting none of that on you. It's just you being naked and just being like, okay. And you're going to face the music, or you just going to be wasting your money.
Right.
Or both. Or both. But say, check this out. Ryan say most ministers understand emotions because we deal with people with all backgrounds and various levels. That's true. So Keisha say having empathy.
Yeah, empathic people.
Empathic people. It's nothing wrong with having empathy. We make it feel like just because you care about somebody, and they may not care about you the same way, but you've experienced that pain before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how it feels. Like somebody once coined a phrase is, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. There are some things that you should not wish on your worst enemy, because that stuff, you know how you felt in that moment. You knew how alone you felt. You knew how cold it was. Having empathy is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And so she says you have to want to understand as well. It's like asking, how are you today? Do you really want the answer, or is it a formality to ask? Be ready for the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Be ready for it.
Right,
Your
right.
truth.
Emotional IQ is very important. I believe emotion is attractive.
Yeah.
Why? Because I believe that when you're emotionally mature, that is something that is very, very profound to me. Right. It's attractive for one, because I can see that you can hold your own in many high emotional situations.
Right.
I can take you anywhere, and I won't have to worry about you being like, how's my you know how to present you can be in the president's office and be like, you know what, you said that, but let me tell you where I'm from and what I'm about to do to you. You know what I'm saying? you very emotional intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to handle yourself in many different areas. You're diverse, as Pastor Dixon would say. You diverse. You from the hood, and you know how to go to the White House. You diverse. You know what I'm saying? You like Shirley Caesar, and you listen to Snoop Dogg. You diverse. You know what I'm saying? And that's so important to be diverse in many situations, because it helps you, especially when you're emotionally balanced. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to get that. Very important to get that. So we talked about language. We talked about emotion. We talked about intellectuality. Now we're going to talk about spiritual attraction. Spiritual attraction. There is a saying in the church that says anointings is attractive. Anointings, the anointing is attractive. Spiritual attraction is very, very dangerous in some areas. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It is. For one, especially with people who aren't spiritually mature. You know, if you're spiritually attractive and you're not spiritually mature, it can easily lead to a spiritual downfall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about in the church, because you can be spiritual outside the church. The church is in the people. The church is not in the building. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So you can be spiritual outside the church, and it can be attractive to you, and you wondering why this person is attractive. You ain't said nothing to them. You ain't even looked their way. But it's something about you. Something about your spirit. You walk in, you smile, and you just got this spirit. You light up the room. That's a spiritual attraction. So people are attracted to your spirit. And you got to be careful, because, it's a lot of demons and devils that come with that attraction. Right. They the first ones to notice it. I'm telling you the truth. Right. Most people who notice your spirit first are the people who want to get to your spirit and not to you. Right. They don't care nothing about you. They just want that smile. They just want that good. Your
energy.
Yeah, your energy. That's exactly what it is. It's spiritual attraction.
Definitely,
people love it.
Spiritual attraction is a unique thing, because people aren't as, what is that word? They're not such professions in spirituality. A lot of people feel like they like doctors in spirituality, but spirituality is broad, and it's a teach-all kind of thing. So it's easy to tell when someone doesn't understand spirituality. Right. So something that's attractive to me is somebody that knows how to walk their own spiritual life, not being led by everybody, and everybody has a hand on your spirituality, just you being able to stand in whatever your spirituality is. Right. And not being able to be swayed with somebody else's opinion. Right. Somebody that's sure. And I feel like that's not just there. That's in your esteem. That's in a lot of ways, because your spirituality and how you carry yourself is not just text. Right. It's your energy. Right. It's everything that you are. Because you're spirit first. Right. Everything that you are
expressed.
Expressed through everything else.
Right.
And you can.
Man, that's a good way of saying that.
Sure.
Say that one more time. Your spirituality is everything that you are.
It's everything that you express
through everything that you are. Dang. It's captivating.
It doesn't have to be.
Right.
I'm just not a. It doesn't have to be. What is this? everybody likes to do things in certain order.
It doesn't have to be mimicked.
But your your spirituality is unique.
Right.
It's unique. Your
And keep
relationship
it.
with your creator is unique.
Yeah, and
But
keep it.
how you stand on that is totally different from you gonna stand, I'm gonna stand, you gonna stand.
Yeah.
There is no real blueprint.
There's
Right.
no blueprint. It's just your
Right.
relationship.
Just a
Use the mic.
relationship,
Use the
yeah.
mic,
That's
baby.
it. It's just your relationship with creator or whoever you want to call him.
Right.
God, whatever.
Almighty, Most High,
Spirit. All that.
Yahshua, Yahweh.
Yeah.
So
it's
many
just
names, right?
Yeah.
An alignment and not being able to talk about certain things. Be like, oh, I'm learning this from you. Oh, I didn't see it that way.
Right.
Oh, that's just
Right. What you got, True?
Hey, I like what she said.
I like what she said. Yeah, she said some good stuff, man. Yes, that's why the energy you give is very important. You can allow everyone access to your energy.
Exactly.
Don't do that. Don't you do that. It's some people that are strictly out to steal, kill, and destroy. And the first thing they want to do is steal your vibe. They want to kill your vibe. I think Kendrick Lamar said
I was
it.
getting ready to say Kendrick Lamar said.
I am a sinner. What he
That's
say?
the part I was gonna say.
Probably gonna
I
sin
thought
again.
something was gonna be my vibe.
Lord
That's what he
forgive me.
said.
Say, Lord forgive me. Say, don't kill my vibe though. You hear me?
Yeah.
Because people love to kill your. Especially, you ever notice when you in a real good mood, it don't be the person you expect to kill your vibe that kill your vibe.
Yeah.
It be the person that you expect to lift your vibe to that'll be the one to kill your vibe. It's
Right.
You gotta watch out for people who you might think they got your best interest at heart. But like I say, they're not after your physical. They're not after nothing. They after your spirit. You gotta watch that stuff because your smile will turn into a frown real fast if you let the wrong person into your
Tap
aura.
into your
And they'll drain you.
Yeah.
They'll drain you. You'll leave. You'll come in feeling all energetic, just had your coffee, and leave out that mud like, dang, what a bed is. Man, why am I so tired? Ooh, that
And she said
make me
your
sick.
relationship. She said your relationship with spirit, with God, whatever, should reflect your actions. Basically,
Yes.
that's why.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
so-
that's true.
And so a lot of people don't even understand that. She said you can't allow it. Right. You cannot allow people to come into your spiritual space. Some people you ought to just, feed with a long handle spoon. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them on the phone, hurry up and get them off the phone with you because that can be draining too.
Yeah.
That energy has no boundaries. Like it passes
doesn't,
through
which
different
brings
kind
me
of.
to my next step. I know you was pretty much, but this is gonna tie in.
What you got?
Sexuality, as far as being attracted to someone sexually.
Oh, we getting there.
Since we're already talking about not sharing your energy with everybody. In my now dating, I've become more conscious of that. Like I don't, even if we cool, we good, I'm talking to you, we're dating, I don't want to have sex with you.
Right.
And it's not even that you're
So
not
tired.
attractive or I don't find you attractive. It's the fact that I don't want whatever you got.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a certain space and I love my space.
Right.
And I'm free of everybody else's energy and that's how I want to keep it.
Right.
And I started thinking, what type of mess you got over there in your corner that you haven't dealt with, or what type of
Yeah.
energy do you have? I don't want it over here because I don't want to be cleaning up your energy off of me.
It's crazy.
And I'm picking up habits, things that I say. So, like when you lock spirits with somebody, I don't want to lock spirits with everybody.
Ooh, you started
It's
so
just starting
deep.
to like, ew.
Mercy.
It's like you want to have sex with me,
But you
That's
started-
gross. Like you're not thinking about. You're not. To me, you're
started
not
so
being
deep.
responsible. Like you're really not thinking about.
Right.
That's my
The
mind.
attachments.
Now it's like, hold on.
Because it's a lifetime attachment once
Yeah,
you
it's
do
like,
that.
that's over here. And now I'm dealing with this issue that I have not had.
Right.
Now I got to dissect and figure out
How to
what
get
about
rid
it
of
got,
this.
how to get stuck on me. What's my likeness to that thing that got stuck to me?
Right.
I'm not trying to do all that.
And a lot of people don't understand that, and my mom told me this a while back, I didn't understand it. I didn't ever even heard of it.
Uh-huh.
Before you get married, that it's important to break this, like it's called soul ties.
Yeah.
And not everybody even understands what a soul tie is
Right.
or why to even do it.
Right.
Most people attach it to being Christian,
Uh-huh.
but it's really, not everything
It's
all
just
the answers
spirituality. Yeah.
mean the same, but they're expressed differently.
Right.
You express it from a Christian standpoint.
Right.
I really don't know if you're Christian, but it's
I'm
not
not.
necessarily.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people
But it
don't.
means the same thing.
Yeah. It
It's
does.
just the same process.
Right.
It is.
Understanding that it still has to be done, and it's not attached to a religion.
Right.
But it's something that involves your spiritual
Spiritual maintenance.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
a lot of people
most
don't.
definitely.
Non-denominational, but
Yeah.
to bring it to the, I think what is being said here is you got to be careful with your spiritual attraction. Now, you can be spiritually attracted to somebody and not understand the emotional, intellectual. See, there are different kinds of attraction. Like you were saying, I think you said, how can you be attracted to somebody 1 minute and not like them the next? Because what you were attracted to, and we're gonna get into this, right? We go dive into this. What you're attracted to, you're still attracted to, but they revealed something that you're not attracted to.
Yeah.
And so you can't have what you're attracted to and what
no-go
you're not
sign.
attracted to in the same individual.
Right.
It won't work, right?
Especially
if
when it's something big and it's just like, oh,
right. It's that ultimate no. You walk in the room, he got on your panties.
No, that's wild.
What you doing?
Yeah.
What you good? Why you got on my panties? Hold on. Now we didn't talk about this. I ain't know you were cross. What time is it? I ain't know you no cross dresser. This wasn't part of the plan. Now I gotta wash my clothes. I got, but this is real. This is real talk, though. Believe me, y'all may not believe it, but this has happened. This has happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta be careful with being attracted to one area of a person.
Yeah, and then in building your whole idea of that one thing around them. Here's what happens when people like each other.
Talk
right?
about it.
So you see this person that you are attracted to.
Uh-huh.
If you really like them, automatically you start painting pictures of what you want.
Ooh.
Oh, you start painting that relationship. You start painting that date. You start painting those kids. You start painting, and you ain't even said hello. You just seen this person 3
Right.
times, and they look great.
Right.
And now you finally meet this person. Okay, you're meeting with this person. Y'all talk, go on this date. And instead of you just taking a step at a time, you still are, your imagination.
You already done. You done.
Okay, we're in a relationship. Oh, girlfriend. Ooh,
You gotta be
kids.
tired. You been running through my mind all
By the time
day.
you get there, by the time you get to that spot, that person is not who you thought they were. And it's
Right.
not because, half the time it's not because they put it on. You did that.
Right.
Like you literally
Right.
painted an idea. And they had this one thing that you like, and then you painted the entire person
That's
around.
crazy.
It. You over there with stick figures, and you
Yeah.
let this person be
Who they
were,
are.
playing with the shadows.
Right. Playing with the shadows. And that's important because then we talk about physical attraction. This we should have, man, we got 8 minutes left. We should have got on this earlier because physical attraction is one of those things where it's most relationships are going to start there. Most relationships are going to start at physical attraction.
It's what you see first.
It's what you see first, and it's what you've already. Because see, what theoretically speaking, this is not proven. This is not a definition or anything like that. But theoretically speaking, from the very first moment that you start to question and experience your sexuality, you begin in that moment to build what you're sexually attracted to. Theoretically. So what you doing is once you first, I don't know, you probably 8, 9, 13, however you are, you start to build your sexual attraction, what you're attracted sexually to. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way we are. You know what I'm saying? We actually start to build it. So as you get older, you start to see that, but immature people would just go for what they see as far as physical. Right? But as you get older, you start realizing there are different levels to attraction. Right? Physicality is one of the first levels. And somebody asked me the other day, can you be physically attracted to somebody and not emotionally attracted to somebody? And I believe you can.
And it's like, yeah.
I believe you can. Now,
But I feel like it doesn't
It won't
happen
last.
right off. Like at first, the expectation that you will be emotionally attracted to this person is already there. Like you're putting that wind off on your own.
that's imagination.
So then later on, you start discovering that, okay, I'm not attracted to you emotionally. And things have to happen.
Right.
Little things, big things, medium things. Things have just happened. And
Right.
you're like, hold on. That don't match up with me.
Right.
Or I don't like this
Right.
or that. But I feel like that takes time to develop. Because some people can't help but to show themselves. But most people have made it an art
Right.
to cover up the things that even they don't like, so that they can feel like, more presentable
Right.
Yeah.
to everyone around them. I'm more attractive this way because you're a product.
Right.
I'm the product, and I'm trying to look good because I need you to take me off the shelf. Okay, but when you get home, you're going to realize that Jiffy don't taste like, I don't know, that other cornbread and that yellow cornbread that got to add sugar and stuff to it. And all that.
I love that cornbread too,
Like-
man. I tell you, that's the best cornbread to make your dressing with.
Yes, you're dressing.
Yeah.
You're dressing. But you're going to taste the difference between
Right.
Jiffy and that. Like,
Right.
it's a difference. And so we don't, that's what we do off
And
top. That's what I think.
I think, you can, and so can you have, sexual relations with somebody that you're physically attracted to and not attracted to in other ways? Yes.
You can do that because it requires you to choose.
Now, this is called lust.
Yeah.
This is the definition of it. It's called lust. You're just dealing with a fleshly desire. Now, I'm not gonna delve into what that is right now because we're gonna go too far off topic. I want to stay on the physical attraction deal. So, physical attraction, emotional attraction, intellectual attraction, linguistical attraction. I'm just gonna use that fancy word.
Yeah.
Linguistical attraction. Y'all didn't know I had that word in it. Your boy still out the heels with it. Still got the word. And then you have emotional attraction. Now, when you meet somebody who has these characteristics, and you asked me the other day, can you love somebody 1 minute and not love somebody the next? As far as attraction, can you be attracted to him 1 minute and not be attracted to him the next? I believe that is possible, but I don't believe it changes your definition of what you're attracted to. I don't think it changes your structure of what you're attracted to.
No, but you can definitely settle and convince yourself that
Ooh,
that you
bad
can
thing to do.
maintain something like that. You can definitely be like, oh, okay, well, they're not on this level yet, but they'll get there.
TDH,
Like,
tall,
that's the
dark,
worst
and
thing
handsome.
that you can do to
Slanging
yourself.
that pole.
Because while you're
You
waiting
hear
for
me?
them to get there, you're also dwindling down yourself.
Right, right.
And still.
So
Yeah.
you're physically
Slumping.
attracted to him, and so you're neglecting all of the other things that actually allow you to
Grow.
feel like a person is whole for you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
And
know,
grow.
you're dealing with a partial of what you're attracted to instead of a whole deal of what you're attracted to. And why do we do that? Like, why do we do that?
Somebody can, you hear me?
Yeah.
Somebody can do something wrong 100 times and right one time, and that erases
Everything wrong.
everything else.
And somebody can do something right 100 times.
And then do
Do
it
something
one
wrong one
time.
time, and that erases
Credibility
everything
gone.
else.
Credibility over.
Because attraction
Trust.
is something very, very fragile.
Like a light switch.
Attraction is
On and
fragile.
off.
That's why
It
you
is
got to have
fragile.
relationship. Relationship and attraction are two different things. Though they may be one and the same as far as running parallel, they're actually two different things. Because you can be unattracted to somebody physically, just like what we was talking about, but as you get to know them, there are certain characteristics about them that attract you to them.
Yeah, and it can be some of those abstract attractions that starts to make them look physically well to you as well.
And that can be weird. It can be weird because every day you wake up, you go wake up and look across that
This
bed
little
and be
funny
like,
looking bed that day, little funny looking self.
Yeah.
Ooh, you so funny looking. Yeah.
but you my funny looking man. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody else better not say
Yeah, that's why you funny looking.
You hear me? And you know them kind of relationship where they say stuff like, my man ain't complaining. I know he ain't. I know he ain't. You got the juice. Nah, but for real, man, attraction is something that is very, very complex. It's very complex, and I think we're still understanding, because nobody actually knows when they are attracted to somebody, why they were attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. Like when I was a little boy, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be a little transparent. When I was a little boy, there were certain things that attracted me, and of course, being a little boy, it was all physical, right? But it was a situation where people come across the classroom, I'd be like, oh, okay. Teacher asked me to come right on the board. I'd be like, nah, there's something going on right now.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Something just happened. I'm trying to figure it out myself. You don't want to figure it out together. I'm telling you. Nobody wants to do that, right? But you don't know why, right? You don't know why, but you know what.
Yeah.
You know what attracts you. Like, yeah, I know what I'm attracted to. I don't know why, but sure, it's sure got. It's so complex. We're still figuring it out. But the best thing for you to do is to learn what you're attracted to and actually try to source out why you're attracted to it. A lot of men are actually attracted to their mother, characteristics of their mother, because that's what they seen. That's the love they experienced. And so they actually look for traits in females based on what their mother showed them. Same thing with girls. Because my daddy raised me. You know how them girls get raised by their daddy be. My daddy raised me that a man's supposed to, they look for all them characters. And that's what they're attracted to. Yeah. But everybody has a different weird physical attraction.
And I would say it depends on what determines your peace. I can see somebody that's super bad, and I can be dating somebody that's not as bad as her, and I know she's not as attractive as her, but I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's something that I can obtain over here. I'm going to have a headache over here.
Right,
okay.
right.
Absolutely.
So you're weighing. That's what we call mature
I agree with
attraction.
that, my guy.
Yeah.
See, as you grow older, like I was saying the other day, the same thing I was attracted to in high school, I'm not attracted to today. Like, I honestly don't remember what I was attracted. I probably do remember, but I ain't going to tell nobody. But I'm not attracted to that anymore. I've grown to a point where your physicalities that ain't the only thing that attracts. I need to know what you got in your head.
Yeah.
I need to know if it's something more to you than what's between your legs. I need to know that you have some type of conscience and morale. Like, I need to know all these things because now I've grown to a place where my attraction is mature. Now, once we get past that part of it, then we can get to the relationship area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? We was in friend zone. Now we entering into that, what they call it?
I don't
Cordial.
know. But I know the next
That's
time.
what it's called.
Oh, not these days. Oh, it got another name for it.
We done ran out of time.
Yeah, we did. Oh, go ahead real quick.
I don't even know what I was going to say no more.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Well, listen, go ahead. I'm sorry, man. Look, thank y'all for tapping in with us, man. We really love y'all, man. Y'all got any last word before we jump off of here?
I'm going to say, if y'all ain't tuned in to the podcast, man.
What you doing?
I'm trying to tell you,
Nah,
man.
for real,
I
man.
really learn how to date in the proper way, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's
Refresh
up.
your
What you
mind.
just say?
Learn how to date the proper way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's good. What you got?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, Lady K. It wasn't my fault. I just be going because when something, just pushes me and ignites me, I kind of want to grab it while it's there because, it just like it goes, and I'm sorry about that. I really didn't. I'm so sorry about that. But listen, we definitely want y'all to comment, man. Listen, like, follow, and share. We here at the podcast, man. We love y'all to death. We just having friendly conversations. Like I said, there are no wrong answers.
Yeah.
Everybody had great insight.
Definitely give us your feedback.
Yes.
Things that you would want to hear on the show.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Go onto our page and just put a topic on there, and I'm telling you, we gonna talk about it. You hear me? Yeah. And we gonna talk about it in a way that you probably never even thought of talking about it because we have our own perspective, just like you have your own perspective.
Have yours, and we want to hear it.
Right.
We definitely want to hear it.
Do share.
And I know a lot of people want to talk about the Christian thing. That we gonna talk about that when we get a little more mature of an audience. I don't know if we're ready to have that conversation right now because that is a conversation that is a mature conversation. But listen, attraction. Learn what you're attracted to. You might not figure out why, but learn what you're attracted to. If you're not an intellectual and you're not intellectually attracted to nobody, stay in your lane. Don't get nobody who intellectual because 9 times out of 10 they gonna get bored with you. I'm telling you the truth because intellectuals love to experience new mental aspects of their mind, and so you gotta know where you're at when it comes to attraction, right? And just be honest with yourself. If you just like big booty cooties, just go for big beauty cooties. That's what you like. That's your attraction. I pray that you will soon grow past that, but you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And just don't be no kook. Don't be no kook. Don't be stuck in no box, and don't be expecting everything to go like you think it's gonna go. Because like Calvin said, you love them 1 minute, and next minute you be trying to kick them out the house. Y'all be calling the police or whatever. Attraction is very complex, but know what you're attracted to. Learn what you're attracted to, and be honest about it.
Yeah.
And don't settle. Don't settle. If you like intellectuals, emotional, physical, spiritual, all of the above, go for that. If you like 4 of them, go for the 4. Like 3, go for but do not settle because that's going to end up being something that's going to change you. And man, when you start to change, then you start feeling less than yourself. Just know who you love, know what you love. Look, we love you over here at the Chatterbox, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was finna say the Potter's house.
Yeah.
This is definitely not the Potter's house. tell you. But look, man, we love y'all, man. It's your boy Shelvin.
Lady K.
The boy True 102.
Listen, man, we love that y'all came by and chatted with us. Next week, come back again and we can chat it up. Peace.
Again.
Peace.
Bye.